on this Labor Day for those here in the US celebrating. I know our family is enjoying a long weekend, and I'm actually pre-recording this video as we are headed to a Padres game today to watch some baseball in the sun. It has been hot here in San Diego, and we're looking forward to a day in the ballpark. So I hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're actually going to spend a little bit of time talking about ways to fill your calendar for the fall season. So excited about this topic. I know that it's September, which, whoa, how is that even possible? It has crept up on me so much. I'm like ready to flip the calendar today, and a little bit like I'm not actually ready to flip the calendar. I can't believe it's already September. And I know it's not the official start of the fourth quarter, right? We have October, November, December in the fourth quarter. But in the world of direct sales, I feel like September is kind of the official beginning of the fall season. Holiday sales are going to start picking up. I've got some really fun content around Black Friday coming up your direction very soon. So as you are beginning to, I feel like all of us, right? Beginning to accept the fact that it is September, the timing is perfect to talk a little bit about securing those fall events, because this is the time of year that there are fall festivals, there are holiday boutiques, people have their wallets out and their hearts open. So whether you're doing fundraisers or pop-up events or popping into vendor events or even doing some in the online space, this is the perfect time to get your calendar in order for the next couple of months to truly make it a really profitable holiday season. So if you're just joining us and we have not met before, Becky Lander, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller. I am live every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern with a money-making tip to help you grow your direct sales biz faster. So let's talk a little bit about what we want to be doing to get those fall events booked. Now, first, let's talk about vendor events. If you're doing things in person, do a quick search. What events are happening in your area? Go ahead and post it on social. Ask your friends, what fall events do you love attending? Then go look up those events. See if there's space for you to pop up and do a vendor event at those events. Don't forget to look into schools and churches and community centers and places that may not have a huge marketing budget, that are not professionally organized, but still have a lot of fall activities scheduled that you may be able to pop up at. So those are all great sources. If you live in a bigger community, you may find a Facebook group that's designed for vendors in your area. I've heard, really great things about those types of groups where you can find events that are happening, but I would be leery of anything that sounds too good to be true or anyone asking you to Venmo them money. Just watch out for any kind of weird scam type stuff. Do your homework, make sure it's a legit event and a legit event organizer before you start sending money to anyone to secure your spot for events. The other thing you can do is simply search on social about events. So if you're on Facebook, there's an events tab. Look and see what's local in your area, what's coming up. Reach out to event organizers, let them know what you do and how you would be a valuable contributor to their event, and ask them if there is a space for you. This is the perfect time to do that. Now, as a next step, I would say think a little bit about places that you may want to pop up this fall. So I say a vendor event because there's usually a vendor application, a vendor fee, a little bit of a process, and sometimes a little bit more lead time required. But if you're thinking a pop-up at a museum or a local shop or a boutique or a hair salon, all of those kind of places, usually a little bit more small biz style, a little bit more casual, but I would identify some places that you would love to spend your Saturday at. It doesn't have to be an organized vendor event. You can simply go there, connect with the store owner, let them know that you're going to cross-promote the event. And so you're going to bring some foot traffic into their shop, which is obviously in alignment with their business goals, but it's also going to give you exposure to some new people stopping by and checking out what you have to offer as well. So think about pop-up events next. Then let's take it a step further. Are you doing any kind of in-person open houses, whether you're hosting it yourself, or maybe you do have a host in a traditional kind of party plan direct sales model? Maybe you have someone that is hosting an open house for you, or a sip and shop, or a holiday get together. If you've done events with someone in years past, go take a look at who those people are. reach back out to them and pencil in some dates for fall. People understand fall season gets busy. So just let them know, hey, I'm booking out my calendar for fall. I know we had a great time together last year, wanted to pencil you in for this year. How does this date work for you? It's as simple as that. Once you've got that figured out, then we can layer in our online selling, our social selling, and kind of build those pieces around maybe some bigger in-person events. So when we think about the online space, my best advice for party scene right now is to keep it short and sweet and have a direct line of communication with each guest. So the old school Facebook party in groups is a little bit of a struggle. If you're having success with it, love that for you. Tell us what you're doing in the comments. We would love to hear. But from the majority of direct sellers out there, I'm hearing a lot of resistance and a lot of challenges, both from kind of the algorithm, but also really just the shopping format of the event is not capturing people's attention. And I've done a lot of thinking about this lately because I wish I had a one-on-one replacement for the old school Facebook party in a group, right? Like I wish there was one thing I could say, do this, not that. But the reality is people have changed the way that they like to shop. Some people love shopping in person. Some people are really enjoying shopping from a live sale or shopping by flipping through TikToks or scrolling reels because those are 7 seconds, right? So when I think about the traditional Facebook party, right? We used to do a great job entertaining people. We had fun games and we had comments and people were interacting, but our attention spans as consumers have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller, right? So we have this short attention span. Scrolling a group is not that entertaining for us anymore because we have this algorithm that has curated a feed of short form videos for us that are super on point for what we like. So when we think about how we're going to sell in the online space, a couple of recommendations. One, I, again, would have a direct communication. So whether that's in the DMs or better yet, off of social over a text message, I would be having a sideline conversation with each and every guest attending that event. Now, in the past, when we were running this in a group, you could see who RSVP'd or who was coming based on them opting into a group. Well, if we're not running it in a group, we can't really see that. So we do need an RSVP process to see who's raising their hand and saying who's interested. You could do this with a singular post and have people comment, me, yes, I'm in, yes, I'm interested, right? Have them comment in the comments, a keyword or something, so you know who of your hosts' guests are interested. Then you can open up a conversation with them. On the digital marketing side, you could actually have a lead form that they fill out to submit their RSVP and say that they're in. They want to learn more. They want to attend the event. Then you can take those leads and really begin nurturing those leads. I would be looking at text parties, messenger parties. I'd also be looking at collabs where you're going live with either another business owner or your host to share a little bit more about the business and the products that you're offering. Scroll and Shop is another great solution where we're taking things off of social. This is perfect for those people that maybe aren't hanging out on social anymore, right? You're sending them to a landing page, they're scrolling through that page, they're seeing the content, and there's a clear call to action inviting them to shop. So those are a couple alternatives for you to be thinking about beyond the traditional Facebook party and something that you can layer into your business. I am still a huge fan of the group selling model, right? I think we can do traditional social selling, but we're really having one-on-one conversation after conversation after conversation. So how do we connect with a larger group? How do we still lean into a collab or a partnership or a host where they can open up their network to you and you can get your business, your products, yourself in front of new faces? That's going to be a great solution for you. But I think you're going to have to switch it up this year, because people are shopping different. They want things quickly. They want what they want, and they don't want to have to scroll through, 8 days of posts in a group that they have to go jump into and follow all the things, because they're over there watching short form video. they're not paying attention to what's happening inside that group. So we need to have that direct line of communication to really serve our customers. And that's what y'all do so well. So much better than a big box store or even a small business that has reached a certain scale where they can't have individual conversations. You do that so well. You can curate product, bundles, gift-giving solutions, experiences directly for those customers. So I want to challenge you to kind of think about shaking it up a little bit. Is it a text party for you? Is it a live? Is it taking people over to a Zoom and hanging out on Zoom with them? Are you doing things in person? How are you doing things differently this fall than maybe you have in the past? The other thing that I would say is just to be really intentional about tracking your conversations and tracking your follow-up. We don't want to lose track of people, right? Especially repeat customers, repeat hosts, other people you've collabed with, or events that you've done in the past. As you're getting yourself organized and getting ready for the fall, go ahead and grab your favorite notebook and a pen and start jotting down who you reached out to, when you reached out to them, did you hear back? And I would rinse and repeat that for the next week or two. If you didn't hear back, gonna loop back with them. Hey, just wanted to check back in on that event. Is there space for me? Hey, wanted to check back in. Can we pencil in that event like we did last year? Or hey, wanted to loop back. I have a new party method I would love to test with you and your friends. Would you be up for a text party, right? So think about what you can do in your business now to get yourself organized, to get that fall calendar filled up. And I gotta say, I'm just gonna be transparent. I know this isn't super glamorous work. I know it's not super fun to be doing that follow-up and doing those reach outs and checking in with people and getting things penciled in and booked. It's so much more fun when business comes to us. But the reality is fall season is such a profitable time of year for you that it is time to put your big girl pants on and kind of suck it up. Maybe treat yourself to, your favorite iced coffee, or maybe splurge on some office supplies. That's what I like to do, right? Or even tell yourself, after I get this done this week, when I have 5 things booked, I'm going to treat myself to this or that. And it doesn't have to be an expensive thing, right? It could be, I'm going to take 20 minutes and go read a book on my back patio. Or I am going to, make my favorite dinner. Or I'm going to take a bubble bath. Whatever your jam is, I love creating little incentives for myself. So think about what that looks like for you to get things booked out. Now, the last resource I want to mention is episode 249. Let me see if I can find that for you. So episode 249 is what is really working for direct sellers in 2025. It's a podcast episode I did just a couple weeks ago. Definitely go check it out. You can go to moderndirectseller.com/episode 249 and you can see it right there. And also, if you're one of our Academy members, go check out Party Like It's 2025. It's a course, it's waiting for you inside the Academy. And I go through 5 different party methods that can potentially replace what you've been doing in the past to kind of shake things up and give a fresh, modern approach to the way that you're selling. So those are going to be some great resources for you. Last but not least, last week, my calendar got crazy full. I think I had lots of you on my calendar having conversations about strategy as well as Academy VIP. So we are on the very, very end of wrapping up enrollment for Academy VIP. I have a few more calls that I'm taking over the next day or two for people that couldn't get on my calendar last week. So if you're still thinking that maybe you want to get in on Academy VIP, this is your nudge. I'd be happy to chat with you this week. Just shoot me a direct message and say VIP, and we will connect and try to find a time this week so we can kind of sneak you in this last fall cohort of the year and lock you in at that pricing. So when you get a minute, check it out. We'd love to see you on the inside. And I hope you have a great day today. Enjoy your day off if you're spending time with family. If you're at the office working or working your direct sales business, I hope it's a great one. I look forward to seeing you all back here next Monday for another Make Money Monday. All right. Bye, everyone. See you soon.